How's it going, YouTube? Distella's back with another video, and this one's going to be a little more touchy and very important overall. Today, we'll be going over not just my thoughts on the casual side of CrossWorlds, but my thoughts on the competitive side of CrossWorlds. Currently, CrossWorlds is in a state where if the game doesn't get a patch that really fixes the core issues of the game, we will probably see this game fall off even harder than it already has. I think from a casual perspective, this game is very fun. There's still a lot of fun to do with it, a lot of shenanigans, but from a competitive side, I do think this game struggles, and I think this game will not succeed competitively. I think as a casual, fun party racer, I think this game can succeed. I think as a competitive racer, though, unfortunately, I don't think it has legs to stand on. And the reason I want to state this is because this game will eventually crumble with the current state of the game. There are a lot of problems with the current state of the game that I would like to talk about. Now, I'm going to try to differentiate this from the changes I wanted in CrossWorlds because I don't want this to just be a redo of that video. I want to try to touch up on other subjects. In this video, there will be some subjects that you can link to that video, such as I'm going to be talking about some of the items that are very problematic to the game and what's causing a lot of heartache. I'm going to talk about some maps, things of that nature. One of the things I would like to talk about before I go into the casual or competitive side of the game is I want to just talk about the community. I really think this community is welcoming and it's very awesome. The community has had a couple hiccups recently, but for the most part, that has gone past us and they are not that big of a deal. I am not a drama channel. I will not be getting into drama related stuff, but for the most part, the community has been amazing as a whole, and it's been very welcoming. People are very nice. Everyone likes to talk. No one tries to be rude or anything like that. Again, every community has its hiccups, but for the most part, this community has been amazing. I'd like to state, other than that, my channel hinges on CrossWorlds. It really does. I've been able to succeed just a tiny bit because of CrossWorlds as a game, and I very much enjoy this game. But if the current state of CrossWorlds does not progress in such a way that makes the game likable and enjoyable continuously, we will see this game fall off tremendously, and if not, it will potentially even fall into the abyss of just non-existence soon enough. It will turn into a game that no one really cares to play competitively, and it'll be a game no one really cares to watch content on too much unless it's like funny content, and unfortunately, I'm not a funny guy. I really am not. I can do some funny things, but I really am not a funny person. Other than that, I would like this to get started on the casual side of CrossWorlds, and the casual side of CrossWorlds is going to encompass a lot of things. It won't just be only casual online gameplay. I want to talk about the content the game provides. I want to talk about the rewards you get, the characters in the game, the racetracks, and even like time trial. Again, there's going to be a lot of very specific stuff, and I want you guys to remember, everything is from my perspective. These are my opinions on its own. I've played the game for a good amount of time. I've played TT for quite a long time. I've played World Match for a good amount of time, and I've been able to achieve Emerald rank in both Legend comps and got top 100 in the last Legend comp. It's been a fun game, and I've enjoyed the grind ever since I got the game. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be a little more down-to-earth, realistic with myself, even though I'm a very optimistic individual. If there's something you do not agree with, please comment down below. I would be more than happy to discuss my thoughts and your thoughts in the comment section. And if you have any thoughts about the current state of the game, either casually, competitively, or both, comment them down below. I would like to see what your guys' thoughts are because I think there's a lot to be discussed here. I want to make sure everyone has a chance to discuss about the game, regardless of if you think your opinion sucks or if you think your opinion's better than mine. I don't care. I want us to have a fair, fun discussion environment. I don't want to have anyone be considered stupid. I don't want anyone to have any of that issue. Without further ado, guys, let's talk about the casual side of CrossWorlds. When talking about a casual perspective of CrossWorlds, this is not going to just only encompass the casual's view of CrossWorlds. This is going to encompass everything about the game, or as many things of the game that I can talk about before I get too long on this subject. And I want to talk about items first, because the items really need to be spoken on. First, the problem items. The main two problem items for any casual player, and I would actually argue the main three, are Monster Truck, Slicer, and Tornado. These are the three most problematic items in the game. Monster Truck, you can automatically lose a race if you get hit by this last lap. It is invincible, lasts way too long, comes up way too often. You see 3 of them get popped all at once at the very end of the race, and if you're trying to take shortcut, Monster Truck rolls you over and boom, you lose, and it happens way too often. Slicer is probably one of the most annoying items in the game. You get slicered, you have no counterplay to it. If you don't have a defensive item or you don't properly break it on time, it'll ruin your race entirely, and it's just completely annoying, and multiple of them can hit you and in succession, so multiple players can throw Slicer, you get hit, you get out of hit stun, next player throws Slicer, you get hit stun, and it gets really annoying when it happens repetitively. And then Tornado. If I had to make any comparison to Tornado, it'd be Cassante from League of Legends with Showmaker. It is the exact same thing. Tornado is an item that is very common to pull at 20%, 3-second long ring around it that is massive, lasts 3 full seconds, can hit everyone in the game if they're near it, does 50 rings of damage so you lose tons of speed, you get slowed down for 80%, it has a frame 1 activation, blocks nearly every item in the game, and you can literally get this multiple times back to back, and it's very annoying. It is way too strong, and you have to respect this item way too much. It needs to be fixed badly. It is killing a lot of the fun of this game, genuinely, from not only my casual perspective, but also from my competitive perspective. We will talk about the competitive side a little bit later, but for the most part, I think a lot of these items are fun to use. Like setting up a good trap with Spike Ball Magnet feels amazing, using your shield properly. And let's talk about shield. Shield is an item like Zhonya's from League of Legends. I know I'm using multiple league comparisons here, I'm sorry. Shield is the infinite value item in the game. Just like LS puts it with Zhonya's, your shield can either be the best thing in the world or it can be the worst thing in the world. It is all about how you as the player use it and how you time it. If you time it correctly, it is going to give you the biggest thrill in the game because you just get to dodge so many problems. You can dodge Slime, KBB, Weights, and Dark Chow all at once, and even a Green Glove and a Slicer. You can dodge a million things at once, or you can only dodge one thing and then get hit by everything, you know what I mean? But it's a very fun item, and it's very hard to hate it, genuinely. Yes, it's annoying when you have what you see in the game, but we're going to get to that in a minute. As for characters in the game, you pretty much have every character you could ever want for the most part. Obviously, we're missing characters like Vanilla, we're missing characters like Surge, Lanolin, and a bunch of other really awesome characters. I'm personally wishing Chaos Zero would come into this game. I love Chaos Zero. Big fan of Sonic Adventure 1. I've been streaming that recently, and it's such a shame he's not in the game yet. I really hope he gets in the game. Infinite would be cool to see in the game. Mecha Sonic, maybe. Like, it'd be cool to see some of these more obscure characters or characters from IDW, things of that nature. It'd just be cool to see them, right? We're getting Tangle and Whisper here soon. Their voices just debuted today, which is the 10th of February, which is super sick. We even have crossover characters. We have Joker from Persona 5. We have Ichiban from Yakuza Like a Dragon. We have Knights from Knights. We have II from Super Monkey Ball. It is so sick. And we even get Miku for free. And it's awesome. We get so many cool characters for free. Not to mention, if you pay for the game, you get a bunch of other cool characters. And I think stat-wise, if you're a casual player, you can use any character and make any character work, especially with any vehicle. It is so cool. I see people literally messing around with every single character and vehicle combination under the sun. It's so cool to see how creative people really are with their character combos, gadget combos, and more. Speaking of gadgets, let's talk about gadgets from a casual perspective. From a casual perspective, there's a lot of great gadgets in this game that provide a lot of fun. You have Dash Panel Combo Bounty, which is a very fun gadget that gives you a hit of dopamine when you constantly chain dash panels together. You have Perfect Charge Bounty, with Perfect Charge Bounty being very high reward when you play it correctly. You have Spin Drift, which is a bad gadget, but it's very funny when it works. You have Counter Quick Charge, which you see this more in Supersonic Speed, but for a casual player, you don't see it much, or you won't play it much because it's technical, but it's still very fun. And there's even other stuff, like you have Super Quick Starter, Super Slow Starter, you have the Mercies, you have things like Invincible Start, Strong Finish, you have Item Keeper, Quick Recovery, and there's so many other gadgets in this game. There's so many to talk about. And I think from a casual perspective, the gadgets are so much fun. I mean, heck, even though I'm a ring boost drifting guy, I really do find a lot of joy just messing around with a lot of other gadgets. I've used Spin Drift, I've used Boost Character Kit, I've used Friction Drift, I've used Counter Quick Charge, I've used Perfect Charge Bounty, I've used Monster Truck Starter, Giant Spike Ball, Dark Chow Starter, Inventory Plus, Defense Chance Up, Hazard Chance Up, Wisp Chance Up. I've even just played Double Down today, and so many other gadgets I can't even talk about. There's so many in the game. From the casual perspective, there's a lot of fun variety and a lot of builds that you can make, and I think it's so cool for that reason. As for maps, I think with this game, there's a lot of great maps in the game. Now, honest to God, I do think some of these maps casually are very painful. For instance, when you're a casual player and you're first learning the game, tracks like Donpa Factory, Mystic Jungle, and I'd probably say Blizzard Valley Sand Road are going to be four of the main tracks that you might struggle with. Mystic Jungle, maybe not so much. Blizzard Valley Sand Road have very fun physics, to say the least. It's like playing Luigi in any Mario game. The traction's just all over the place, and it feels rough. Donpa Factory is a track that, if you don't know how to take the lines with it, you pretty much just fall behind super heavily. Bikini Bottom's also another track that, if you do purchase this track, it is probably one of the most annoying tracks for the casual player, because you'll see people take the pier cut and jump over from pier to pier, and you won't even hit it, and you might try to hit it and you fall into the water, and it just becomes a mess. It is a very annoying track, genuinely speaking. But I think for the most part, there's a lot of really fun tracks, even with tracks that are very annoying aesthetically. These tracks are beautiful. They have amazing music. There's only one or two tracks that I would say that I don't like the music on, and even then, it's grown on me. I think the developers have really done a fantastic job with making very awesome aesthetic tracks. I wish some of these tracks had more to them, but I think they're very great, genuinely, for the casual fan. Next, other things I would like to talk about. I'd like to talk about customization. When it comes to customization, there's a lot going for it. You have a lot of decals, you have a lot of decals you can earn, you have a lot of music that you can play, and so many more things. I think the customization of this game is top-notch for the most part, but there's a lot to be desired with it. I mean, granted, we do have a lot of cool stuff, but it definitely can be better. They won't let us stack decals or put them closer, so it makes it very hard to make really cool things. The jukebox is a little limiting. It's hard to basically put the music you want in lap 1, 2, 3 and have them play the specific tracks you want. Granted, you can earn a lot of music, but you have to go through time trial and get A ranks on every single map, which can be very time consuming for the average player, but it's a fun little mini challenge, especially if you don't want to play World Match. And World Match itself is fun. There's a lot of unlockable gadgets through World Match. You can unlock a bunch of other things, such as auras, which is really sick. I mean, the auras are nice, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just another aesthetic, but it gives more customization variety, which is cool. Next, content. The game has a lot of content for the casual fan. We have things such as World Match, as I spoke on. There's Legend Comps, which if you get to Legend 9, you get the more competitive mode, I guess is the way to put it. We have friend matches, which are always fun. You can always set very fun rule sets and limitations and things of that nature. It's really goofy. You have Race Park, which provides you a lot of vehicles that you can unlock through Race Park. I think you have to do 24 races and win all of them against all the AI teams, and you get 8 different vehicles, which is sick. But for the most part, challenges, they're pretty tame. I think the hardest challenges by far are the tedious ones, which are challenges like unlocking every horn, unlocking every decal through tickets, things of that nature. And I really do think that there needs to be a way to unlock more Donpa tickets or unlock things quicker, because it's a little too tedious. And this segues into the next part of challenges, which is the hidden challenges. The hidden challenges can only be unlocked when you've completed every single challenge in the game. And in doing so, you'll usually complete all the achievements in the game, but I digress. Completing all the challenges in the game unlocks the hidden challenges. Some of these challenges you will have done by the time you get there. And then there are challenges that are so obnoxiously tedious to the point it's like, why do them? You have complete Race Park 240 times, which is horrendous to do, because every time you win 3 times against an AI team, you have to swap to the next one, and you can't just continue playing 240 races in a row. You have to always play 3, go out, play 3, go out, play 3. It's stupid. You have the Drive Around the Earth one, which you have to drive, I think it's 40,000 miles, which by the time you get to that achievement, you're usually going to be somewhere between, I think, 8,000 miles to, I think the most I've seen personally is about 13,000 miles. I could be wrong on that, but it's horrible. I'm not even close to being done with it, and I think I have around 500 hours in the game, and it sucks. I don't like it. It's too tedious for its own good. I think casually, it's neat to have things like that, but good lord, it sucks. On top of unlockables, there's the friendship system, which is just another way to sink in Donpa tickets, and another challenge is getting a max level friend, which I think requires 100,000 tickets, or something stupid like that, and it's really dumb, because it's so much time just to get one of them done, and it's like 2 or 3 titles for the last 2 or 3 friendship levels. Again, I don't know for sure if it's 100,000 tickets, but I'm pretty sure it is, which is just ridiculous. It might be 50,000 or 80,000. Again, I don't know. But from the casual perspective, there's so many things that are left to be desired with the game. I think there's so many problems with the casual side that needs to be fixed. I genuinely do. Now, granted, even with all the content that the game has, some of it is very tedious and it's very annoying, but I genuinely think the game overall, for the casual side and like semi-competitive side, is actually pretty fun. I genuinely love the game when you're not taking it seriously. When you take the game less serious and you play more casually, the game is super enjoyable. There's a lot to do in the game. There's a lot of funny stuff you can do and other things of that nature. Again, granted, there are some big outlier problems, like as a casual player, if you see players using UC, you see a ton of tornadoes hitting you, monster trucks, things of that nature, you're going to hate the game and you're going to hate playing the game, and I don't blame you. But I think in terms of content, things to do, and for the most part, trying to improve the game, I think there's a lot of fun to be had. And I think the game will have a long-term commitment issue from players due to the fact that the big problems of the game stick out like big jumbo splinters in your thumb that are just disgusting and hurt. That's the problem with the game right now, casually. I think some maps are very annoying for casual players, but again, I think once you learn them, it becomes way more enjoyable, and I think casually this game does have a lot going for it, and I think the game does have a lot of fun things that can be had from the casual side. I cannot say the same for the competitive side, unfortunately. Let's talk about the competitive side of CrossWorlds. CrossWorlds competitively is, unfortunately, very stale, doesn't have a lot of variety, has a lot of issues littered in, and gets killed heavily by glitches and desync. So, let's talk about this. Characters. Unlike casual, competitive CrossWorlds has the most limiting pool of characters by far. Unlike casual CrossWorlds, you will see 99% of the time Knuckles. And if not, it will probably be Werehog, Eggman, or Miku. You will not see Amy, you will not see Sonic, you will not see Metal Sonic, you won't see Zavok, you won't see Zaz, you won't see any of these characters. Why is that? It is because they are not viable. These characters are considered not viable for one reason or another. This is due to their stats not aligning with what players need, because the main build is UC Tech Drift. And what does UC Tech Drift want? Min-maxing your boost stat with your speed stat and having the highest amount of boost possible while having the highest amount of speed you can afford to get. And characters like Amy have 5 speed, whereas Knuckles and Eggman have 13 and 14 speed. Why would you pick Amy when you could play Knuckles for speed? And why would you pick Amy when you have 3 more boost than her as Knuckles? What's the point? There isn't any, that's the thing. And this leads into the vehicles. The only vehicle you're going to see in competitive right now is E-Gears. Why is that? Remember how I said the main build is UC Tech Drift? What does E-Gear have that all the other vehicles don't? The highest boost stat in the game, which means you're able to get more UCs off, which means you're able to be invincible for that much longer, which means you're able to stay in the level 4 boost state, which is a 5-second long boost with a 3-second long shield. And it's undoubtedly insane, genuinely. When it comes to gadgets, there is no variety here. It is all Ultimate Charge, Tech Drift, Level 2, Level 3 Quick Charge. You are not seeing anything else, and if you do, it is one outlier player, maybe 2. And in tournament play, those players get weeded out really quickly because they just get gunned down because no one's going to allow them to play the game when UC is supposed to be the only thing that's played. And if you have no guaranteed protection like with UC, what's the point of playing competitive? Unless you want to be a punching bag. And that's another problem. The items. Items in competitive CrossWorlds are very annoying, or they have no value. You have monster trucks, which can shove people, and they're very annoying. They can crush you and ruin your race. You have Tornado, which I've already stated in the casual part, but it is probably the most painfully obnoxious item. If you play UC, and you pop your ult charge, and you try to charge your next one, if you don't get it within those 3 seconds, what happens? Tornado lasts 3 seconds. If someone waits a 1/10 of a second or even a 1/4 of a second and then pop it and stick to you like glue, boom, you're done. You're out of the race. You've lost the race and they front run for the rest of the race. Let's talk about how players play competitive. Front running, smuggling, that's it. That is mostly what competitive is. Everyone smuggles a wisp and a laser and other players front run. If the players that are front running get hit, then the players that are smuggling items auto win for the most part. And if the players that front run don't get hit, the players that are smuggling are now fighting for mid positions. And if you're trying to catch up with people that are front running, you can't if there's 2 people that are slipstreaming off each other because slipstream is so broken, and it's a never-ending loop of problems that keeps basically making a situation of impossibly unfun set play. And set play is supposed to mean what you're supposed to do in each situation, and the thing is with CrossWorlds, unlike a fighting game, right, your set play is so blatantly boring, especially with using UC, that you're basically just doing the same things every single race and it gets boring. There are players that have quit competitive or have taken a step back from competitive and it just in general the game because of how boring and stale it is, and it sucks. As a competitive player myself, I have debated quitting the game personally. I've debated quitting playing competitive in general, and it's just a shame because the game is so much fun. That's not to mention the desync and the glitches. As a competitive player, and as other competitive players would probably say, the desync and the glitches that occur can ruin your race literally at the drop of a hat. If you were playing neck and neck with someone at the very final stretch of the race and you have a desync bug occur, or your drift randomly gives out, or an item desyncs and hits you, or someone desyncs ahead of you and takes your position, a multitude of things can happen. You lose. Like, if you get bounce glitch on a really bad turn, you lose. If you get a glitch where the transition rings don't work properly and you fall out the map, you lose. If your car loses all traction randomly, you lose. And it's just a never-ending problem of glitches and desync that ruins the game competitively. I mean, especially casually too, but even more so competitively. People don't want to play with a game that's buggy. They want to have control of the game. They want to be able to actually min-max what they're doing, and they want to make sure that everything they're doing is down to them to fail. And if you have an RNG factor similar to like critical hits in Pokemon, where it's out of your control and one critical hit can literally cost you your whole battle, why would you play? You know? And I don't blame people. Even in UC list formats, competitively, it still has the same issues, but in the inverse. Instead of being able to hard front run so far away that it's almost impossible to catch up, you now don't have the tools that allow you to front run that hard most of the time. And even if you did, you're just giving everybody drills super early in the race and they'll just all catch up. And since the packs are closer, since people get hit more often, now you're basically in a situation where it's now hard bag, drill, laser, drill, monster truck, triple whisk, drill, things that literally will auto win you the race by taking multiple shortcuts, and then just win and just drive out. It's just, there's no winning with competitive currently, with how broken the items are, how strong the main strategies are of either hard front running with UC, hard bagging without UC, because you can't mid pack, you can't front run without a guaranteed way to defend yourself. It's so polarizing. And again, the glitches and the bugs and desync plays a huge part in this. I've had multiple times on stream where I will literally get hit by a glove that's targeting someone else, and not only I will get hit by it, but they will get hit by it and slow down. It's insane. There's so many problems right now with this. Not to mention, just in general, you can roll two of the same item, which is actually insane that you can roll this. It only happens on double boxes, but you can roll two lasers. You can roll double triple wisp. You can roll, I think I've seen double drill once, and it's something that's stupid. It's beyond stupid. The game is just competitively not it. There's so many problems, and not to mention maps. I mean, E-Stadium having its little catwalk section in the middle of the track. If you don't hit that cut, you lose the race, and it's in a core issue of the game. If you're a front run player and you don't bag at least something good on North Star Island or Sand Road, you lose the race. If you even get one single thing that screws you up, or you get hit once, it doesn't matter if it's UC or non-UC formats, you lose the race. The game is so polarizing in a competitive fashion, and there's a reason why a lot of players hated Legend Comp 2, and there's a reason why a lot of players didn't want to play Legend Comp 2. It's because the game is so polarizing. You can get hit once and automatically lose, or you can play your items right and get hit anyways and still lose. Like, at the end of the day, competitively, this game is no better than casual. It really isn't. It's a party racer that the devs tried to play off as a competitive racer, and sadly, the current state of the game does not reflect what the devs want the game to be. The current state of the game is unfortunately so unbelievably toxic and so unbelievably unfulfilling that doing anything other than only playing the super hyper meta UC or playing super hard bagging in non-UC formats is the only way to play the game. And if you don't do it, you're 99.9% of the time going to suffer. And in those 0.1% times that you can front run a race without getting hit, those are the only times you can have fun. I know I'm over exaggerating that part, but it's very hard to legitimately get races that are very fun to play in competitive that don't have UC. If you do play in UC formats without UC yourself, you will get hard targeted. I have experienced this myself. I have played against teams that understand that I am a non-ultimate charge player. I will not use ultimate charge. I will not use UC at all, and they will target me, and I will not get points. I will get maybe 6 points at most, maybe 7 per race if I play super perfectly after getting hit 3-4 times, and then I can't counter it, you know? And there's so many other things. It's a shame. Even with bugs, I've had so many bugs happen to me that the game just sucks to play. I almost have a bug happen almost every race right now. Obviously, it's definitely down to my own faults as a player that I'm losing. I'm not going to pretend it's not. But a lot of the time, I do have bugs and glitches that occur that cost me my races, and they're way too frequent to the point that I can't take this game competitively serious anymore. I can only take it it casually. And even in those casual instances, I want to play the game seriously. I love this game to death. I love making content for the game. It is so much fun, and I enjoy showing you guys some of these super fun, informative things that are just so unique about the game. But with the game in its current state, especially when you start getting into the more competitive side, desync and glitches ruin the game. And when you start really thinking about it, even from a casual perspective, desync and glitches happen so often that it hurts the whole state of the game. I think casually, the game is maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10 in its current state. It's fun. It's got some good content. You have festivals, you have race park, you have Grand Prix. The challenges are way too tedious. Dawn Patika grinding sucks, but you have a lot of characters. You have a lot of customization of vehicles. You have a lot of build customization. There's so many cool things, and the community is amazing. But competitively, this game's only about a 4 out of 10 at most, maybe a 5. There's too many problems with the game. Desync and glitches are a problem. Tornado, monster truck, drill, laser are very problematic items that need to be fixed. UC is a problem that needs to be fixed. Slipstream is a problem that needs to be fixed. Hey, there's so many things that I can't even state in one video unless I want this to go on an hour and a half. I could state everything, but that's too much to fit in one video. I really want this game to succeed. I want to see the current state of the game change, where the devs actually push this game further into its future that it should have. It should be a competitive racer like they intended. Unfortunately, the devs have not made that apparent, and the game does not reflect what they wish. The game is something I want to be optimistic about. CrossWorlds is something I want to succeed, like I stated. Unfortunately, the current state of the game just isn't that competitively. At least casually, the game is fun, and it's enjoyable, and there's a lot of funny things that can happen, a lot of fun things that you can do, especially with friends. But with the current state of the game, I really do think at most it's a 6 out of 10 when you combine both parts, both casual, competitive, and everything else combined. It's a shame to say that. I really hope this game gets better. I hope the game gets more healthy. If you disagree with my opinions, or you think I left something out, please comment down below. I do not mind that. I try to stay away from certain things I talked about in my other videos so I can make this a little more unique. If I missed something because I was trying to shy away from other videos a little too much, please comment them down below and discuss with me what your issues with the game are. I want to hear what you guys think is wrong with the game. I really do, because I think there's so many things that could be fixed that the current state of the game doesn't do correctly. There's so many things that this game can do better. In the current state of the game, they are not doing good. I really want to know, what is your biggest gripes? I think for most people, it will probably be Tornado, Monster Truck, Desync, glitches, and maybe UC or Slipstream. Genuinely, I think those are going to be the 6 main things that a lot of people are going to hate a lot. Very excited to see what you guys comment down below. If you like the video, hit the like button. I know I'm selling out. If you really enjoyed the video, why not subscribing? You can always unsubscribe whenever you wish. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully my opinions on the current state of CrossWorlds resonate with you guys. I know I didn't talk about everything. I know I'm very optimistic with how I talk about this game, and I try to be optimistic. I can definitely be more harsh on the game, but I can't do it. I want this game to succeed so badly. But in the current state of the game, I can't be like that, because I sense something good can happen for this game, and I want something good to happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Can't wait to see you guys comment down below. Have a good one.